Jesus, okay. Okay. So we have FNGR on watch. We also have AERC. And then on top of that, we also have ATXI from yesterday. So ATXI and FNGR were a couple ones that we had on watch. I didn't trade yesterday. I was here, but I didn't trade yesterday. I've been doing some studying on the side, so I didn't bother trading at all. But let's see, I'm trying some new stuff out. In the meantime, where I'm trying to learn some new, I guess some new not indicators, just I don't even know how to explain it. I'm just adding, so rectangles basically is what I'm looking into now, because I noticed I do have let me see, the right ideas to what I'm trying to go for. But for example, I'll draw lines, like I'll draw something like this, and then I'm like, okay, cool, like this is our support or resistance level, whatever. But then usually I don't respect it, or it's not that I don't respect it, it's just usually it can be off a little bit. So like I'll put a support line down here, and then I'll buy the support, but really it has a trading range, like let's just say it right here. So right here I'll have like a little trading range that it can go through, but instead I'll panic out if as soon as it dips below, and then next thing you know, you see like a reversal on me, and it goes all the way back up once it's in this little trading range. So that's where I'm like, I'm messing up there. But I'm just trying new stuff. So let's go see ATXI. This one's taking off here. It's just the charts in this thing suck. So that's why I don't even want to use rectangles, because like I can't stretch it any farther than the last 1 minute. So it really sucks. Pretty annoying. So if this can dip down a VWAP, I think I'd buy a VWAP entry around 77. A 16, we're gonna break 16. That's so crazy. I did not see it hit VWAP. So another trade missed there. I like I said, I was gonna get in, but I didn't see it hit VWAP. I thought VWAP was at 77. That was poor analyzing on my end. I had 1,000 shares ready to go. I was actually gonna take that trade, but like I said, I thought VWAP was 77. All I saw was 81 on the bid at least, and I didn't take that. Long there, I guess 33. Looking for the retest of the highs here, 50. Not quite breaking out. Pulls back even more. Buy the dip here. Buying the dip there. Wow, even worse. So what a terrible trade. And that's because it put 750. I didn't even. Jesus. That's a hard loss there. I thought I bought 500 shares too. So we're definitely right on that one. 1,300. Oh my gosh. That's the worst flush I've been in all year, I think. That was a terrible one. Now I gotta find out what exactly was I going for on this one. I'm going for the last 1 minute high break. I'm feeling ill prepared today. I'm not using what I normally use, so that's already one thing that I'm not even feeling like what I'm doing. I was going for the 5 minute high break, which we did get. So we got the 65 high. What? 65 is the high here. 1650 is the high, but it broke the high. I don't understand. I don't know. It broke its high here. I don't know why it's saying it's less. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's just off on the 5 minute charting. I don't know. It's weird. Either way, that's basically what I was going for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I guess it didn't break, but that's basically what I was going for. Was the break of the 5 minute high beyond this zone to the pre-market high, which was 1680 apparently. So that's kind of what I was going for. I did think it was gonna dip where I entered, so I tried to get rid of it at 1645, I think, but I couldn't get rid of it fast enough. So when it pulled back on me pretty heavily at this dip, I was like, well, I missed my first entry around VWAP. I might as well buy it again. We saw the dips get bought up on that one. So that was the idea behind this trade. But then you get an immediate flush right after I add, and that's kind of it for me. So that's 1,300 of a loss in just that small little trade. That's insane. And again, wrong share size, so another mistake that I'm making once again, like last week. I had too many slip ups last week. I had the wrong share size, wasn't in the order entry window to sell. You know, a lot of little mistakes here and there that I just couldn't correct myself on. Just a lot of little things I was doing wrong. I don't know, pretty annoying. And now this is a really big flush on me in the worst time possible. Already down 1,300 on the beginning of the month. Obviously, if this is the real account, it would basically be gone right there in that one trade. So FNGR, see what this one's doing. So also kind of aggressive today. After seeing the daily, Jesus, I'm literally at the top of the daily. After seeing the daily, it was kind of risky because we did break its high. I don't know. I thought it had the potential, especially after yesterday with FNGR pushing the way it did. ATXI I heard also made a big move, but I mean, if it's holding up pre-market into open, I figured it could make a big move here. Technically did, but obviously I caught the back end a little too late, and it flushed on me. That was really bad. And it's not easy to borrow, so I cannot short it. Now, this is what I was kind of talking about with the range. So, obviously, if I could have my stupid rectangle farther, I would know that it's in this range. I was buying in this little range here. I should have waited for more confirmation beyond the range. So, bought in where it typically rejects. So, within this whole range here, typically rejects here. So, I bought in where it's rejecting. And then I decided let me add a support here. So right here, the problem is I don't know exactly where to draw my ranges entirely. So that's another reason why I was just like, well, I can't be far off from what I'm understanding here. Because like I said, I'm drawing my lines, like my for example, support lines. So like right here, I would typically draw a support line, and that's why I bought support. That's why I bought support right here at VWAP, because it's technically prior or previous support and then also support again here at VWAP. But obviously that rejected immediately, hit into this low range, bounced off here, so it's kind of, you know, bouncing off, but now it's tanking below. So if it goes below, hits 14, and then kind of holds below this range, then we know that it's breaking pattern. I don't know though. Buying in here at 19, looking for the break of its previous 1 minute high here. Well, breaking it slow there, so something for a loss. I should have known that with it finishing the way it did. Again, I was going for its 5 minute high. So buying in again here at 418. Now that's popping back up. Line steady. Let it work itself out here. So we're good on that one. So it broke its high there. We trade out of this range of 26. See if we can break its previous highs. 28, 29. It's on it there. 26. So we did get a high of 29, but stopped out at 26 because I couldn't seem to get continuation past that or beyond that. Kind of broke out of that range, but now it's not really holding up past that. we are getting kind of like a wedge here, so let's see what direction this wants to squeeze out on. I need to go back and understand the whole rectangle situation, because it's similar to how I'm trading, I guess, for the most part, in terms of support and resistance, but I just don't seem to get support and resistance right. So the first trade, obviously, like, I shouldn't have traded in that range with ATXI, because previously it was rejecting in that same range, so I guess I kind of got it right. That was previous resistance. If I go to ATXI, I would basically draw a line here, so I'd pretty much draw a line right here, and then I draw another line right up here. So technically within this rectangle, that's the little channel that I'd be looking for in terms of support and resistance. But I guess technically I was buying support right here, which I thought was just support, and then this would be my first resistance level. But then it broke lower, and I was like, okay, well, usually I would draw a line here as well. So this would be my support and another support, which is VWAP, which is what I was trying to buy. Bought in and then immediately flushed through, and then hit these levels. So typically in this range, it bounces a little bit, or it pops up. So here's a pop. This one got bought up. This one got bought up. This one basically got bought up. Right here got bought up. So now that it's in this range, kind of got bought up, and now we're just flagging back down. So I don't know. That's pretty much the idea I had behind this trade, but that was just a huge flush, massive spreads. Obviously killed the account right there entirely. So already off to a terrible October after yesterday. Another reason I took larger share size was because of yesterday being so strong, with multiple stocks being so strong. I know FNGR was the biggest one, but after a huge momentum like that, I was expecting follow through today, but I mean, obviously not. There's no true follow through with any of these stocks. It's really slow today. I guess they need to cool off after yesterday's ramp. So I kind of want to get long here because it's off VWAP support, bounced off VWAP, didn't make a lower low, made a higher low, and that's the only reason I want to get long here. So we can try it and look for a 4. Let me see. We'll look for this high, 423 high, a break through that level. So we'll get long here at 415, 416, I guess is where I'm in at, right? Yeah. 416, looking for that pop back up here to 423. We can break 423. We could trade it into its range there of 426. Well, let's see where this goes. It's 21. It's 20. Give it some time. So we need the break of 23. There's no way that broke 23. I didn't even see 23 on the bid there. Selling here at 21 if I can. That's pretty disappointing. If this turns on me, I mean, it's basically turning on me right now. That's so disappointing because I did not see 23. I swear I did not see 23. I was watching the level 2 the whole time. I saw 22, but I did not see 23. And apparently it hit 23. So, I guess. It's so weird. I would have sold at 21 there if I would have known that hit 23. So give it some time here. It's popping up again, so we'll see what it wants to do. It's 20. So on here at 21. Stopping out there. So I actually took a loss on that trade, which is kind of annoying. 416 by 416. It's a good 15-cent loss in commission there, I guess, or somewhere around there. So really, I mean, break even, but not really. So was looking for the break, but obviously not getting it there. It's just not, there's no follow through on it. Let's see, if we make a higher low here, we could potentially get in again. Closer to a VWAP. But with the 5-minute finish and the way it's finishing, it doesn't look too strong here. We don't have any clear pattern. This might just break lower. Yeah, just like that. I was gonna say this could technically be a flag, and we're gonna see a break lower here. But I mean, it's still making a higher low. It hasn't broken these lows yet, so could have bought that dip there as well. Could buy here around VWAP. Buying here at 16, looking for the break. It's 21. Can we break through to 23? And go ahead and add here into the rip through 23 on this 5-minute high. 23. Cancel my order, trying to sell again at 23. Well, I actually sold the whole thing right there. So I thought I wasn't filled. That sucks. I was gonna cancel, wait for it to break through 23 and hit about 26. See if I would have got it. Not quite. Still, let me see. Didn't break its high there. So it's consolidating, sideways consolidation here. Wasn't a bad ad on my part, but it could have definitely have been better. If it actually broke out and ripped. So there's 26, which is what I was wanting to go for. It took too long. It took to the last 10 seconds of that 1-minute candle. So let's see, what are we seeing here on the 5-minute time frame? What are we seeing here on its 1-minute time frame as well? We're getting a breakout here. It's 32. So it broke out of this range, which it typically rejects in. But again, like I said, I don't know if I can really follow through with these rectangles. I really need to understand how they work. I'm trying it, but we'll go ahead and move this triangle up here. Or, I mean, this triangle, geez, this rectangle. We'll move this one up here. Say that's another range that's in, I guess. We have an inside doji there. Getting long here at 29. There's a spike there at 32. That was a really quick spike. 34 is the high. 27 is my entry. It's on there at 34. No fill. On 32. Well, 33, I guess. Try to. So got out there. Another rip to 40. So now that it's holding above this rectangle, it fell back in this range, and that's where I decided to get back in. See if we can hit the top of this rectangle here. Rip in there without me. I could have got long there, 35 for the break of 40. But let's see. I traded it because it pulled back into the range. So into this rectangle. So I came back inside here. Bro, these charts are so annoying. Okay, came back in that range. I decided to buy in because it was holding. And then was looking for a rip through that previous high right here of 33. I kind of got it. I mean, I got 33 flat. I should have waited a little longer. But I wasn't sure where exactly this could go. I guess, well, now I know up here. If I scroll a little farther, we can put a little range up here as well. We'll put a rectangle here. Just say somewhere in this range here, I guess. I don't know, I'll put something like that, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I still need to work with this whole thing because I don't really know how these rectangles work. Maybe the rectangles are totally useless, I don't know. But I figured I'd seen this, and it's similar to like what I said, where I'm drawing support and resistance lines. But I noticed when I draw my support and resistance lines, they're more of profit target lines than they are support and resistance. Sometimes it works. Sometimes they are actually support and resistance lines, and it's cool. But for the most part, like trading in this range, like this trade, I probably wouldn't have taken. Realistically, I probably wouldn't have taken that trade. But I decided, let me try it. It's within this rectangle. It's within this range. It confirmed to the high side, broke out of the on one side, and then consolidated, and it showed that it was holding within this range. So I bought in. I guess my profit target could have kind of worked. I mean, if I had my profit target up here at this high, well then yeah, that would have worked. 440. I mean, I could have held this whole ride from 427 up to 440, and that would have worked perfectly fine. But I didn't have that as a profit target. Instead, I just drew Instead, I didn't draw anything. I just kind of traded that. So I could get long here again in anticipation of the 50 break, see if it trades in this range and sell in that range. It has a 1 minute pullback here. Could have bought that low there, double bottom at 35. Right here on this little time frame, 1 minute. So we could try and get in for the, we'll get in here, 42, looking for the break into 50. See if we can get a pop there. Not quite. Hit the low there as well. So let's see. I don't even know where I'm in at. 42. So down here at 40. You're gonna try and stop out at 40 for the 2-cent loss. Sold there for 40 for 2-cent loss. $42. So now it's popping back up. 43. There it is. So again, it's kind of holding. Let me see. Is this a double top here? 43 by 43. Yes. So double bottom and double top here. 44. Not quite. Getting long there again. Just really bad timing on my end. The break of 43 here. Looking to trade into the range of 50 with this one. Breaking lower even further. $43 again. Down here at 41. Stopping out, just gonna hit 35. So get back all my profit on that trade. That was a really bad idea for me to buy in immediately right when that 1 minute open. I don't know, especially after that candle I just bought in on rejected. So 5 minute, I didn't even look at the 5 minute. 5 minute doji, didn't even see that. So just awareness of what's going on, not looking at it. So some of these trades are just my fault straight up. Decrease in volume here. So another reason why I shouldn't have been in the trade. You had increasing volume earlier, so in this range here, but not enough. Now I'm catching the back end of the move here at the decreasing volume. That ATXI loss is just upsetting. I don't I don't want to count it because it's just like, man, that sucks. I'm gonna count it because I mean it happened. It's happened to me before. I've taken a bigger loss than that. Whenever I had my live account some time ago, but then literally the next day I made it all back. So testing a new strategy, not even strategy, testing a new I don't even know what you'd call it. I mean, I guess it's a strategy. Which actually, to refer to that, I had read one of the comments earlier in the week, and it really did make me think about what my strategy was. So that's what I'm, with my September recap, I'm making a PowerPoint down here. So I have a PowerPoint as to what exactly I'm doing per trade. I don't necessarily have one specific strategy that I'm doing just because the market's always changing. I don't think I can always stick to, let's just say, buying the dip. So I'm not always going to be buying the dip in every single cycle of the market. I have to mix up my strategy. So basically what I was able to figure out in terms of my strategy as to what I assume I'm going for. Usually I follow specific patterns, or I trade off of primarily, I guess, support and resistance. But it really varies because sometimes you'll have, let's just say, in pre-market here, let's just say back here there's no support resistance levels at all, like there's just that range. So let's just say on this 10-minute here on this day, well, I could be trading up this whole 10-minute, but if I don't have any, like, once it breaks this resistance level here, once you break that level, I have pretty much free range. Like if I go back further in the charts and there's nothing to go off of, well then I know in this range I don't really have any areas, so I can't really keep scalping. I would be too scared to scalp, like scalp all the way up in the same candle, because I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know where my support and resistance is at that point. So then right after something like that, I wait for a pattern. And if the pattern, forms, or if it shows an obvious support, obvious resistance in this range or whatever, then I'll trade it. But for the most part, let's just say on this range, I wouldn't know what's going on. So like this one, like there's no resistance back here, let's just say. So I wouldn't know where to trade it in this range. I could go for every $half, $quarter, whole dollar. That's my typical support and resistance area. But at the same time, it depends on what's going on with the time and sells, or just level 2 in general. Who's stacked against me? What's going on? And then from there, it goes up. But like, for example, trades of today, I mean, I bought in this range. I drew out this range because this is typically where it's rejecting. I decided, let me buy in for the last 1-minute high break. That's kind of the idea I was going for on this one. So that's typically what I also go for, is the last 1-minute high, last 5-minute high. And I guess that's why I got real aggressive on this one, was because I had seen the 5-minute, I'd seen the 1-minute. They were both above VWAP after a strong surge. Only problem is I was buying in this range, which is what I drew. I mean, like I said, I don't really know rectangles too much, or how exactly this strategy works. So I'm testing it today. I'm trying it out, seeing if I can understand it, get better with it. Traded in this range in which it typically rejects. Bought in, rejected on me. I decided, well, I don't really have any other area of support besides VWAP and just this area back here, which I had seen. So bought that as well. And then immediately rejected all the way down to this other range, which is typically a buy. So if I did buy in this range here at 1440, I mean, I would have got a nice little pop to 15. That would have been a nice 60-cent move there. Then you get a rejection, and now it's finally holding, breaking below, held below the resistance, or held below the box here, the rectangle, and now it's actually holding these levels below. So I mean, in a way, the rectangle did its job, both of them, but I just wasn't paying attention to the rectangles. I wasn't paying attention to the ranges in which it usually rejects or gets bought up. And then back here with the support line, I mean, obviously it had one option, which is to break. I mean, it had two options: to break, if not, hold up. And the reason I added was because I'd seen this get bought up so quick. I wanted to buy around VWAP, and I told myself buy around VWAP. I didn't buy around VWAP because I didn't see it even hit VWAP. I thought VWAP was at 77. I seen 81. I looked back at VWAP and it was at 81. And I was like, great, I missed my chance to get in there. And then you see it immediately surge through. So somewhat of FOMO on this trade. I just felt the previous 1-minute high could break through. I didn't wait for enough confirmation, I guess. And then next thing you know, it's me getting flushed on. AERC. Now I had the, I guess, right idea on these trades here. Held above the typical support level. So this one especially. This one I bought in on for the last 1-minute high, and I was going for the break of this high here, 423. Double topped, I guess. I mean, it technically broke. I did not see 423, and eventually I had to stop out with a loss. So that was really, really annoying. I would have sold if I knew it hit 23 there. I would not have kept that, but obviously I didn't know. So with this candle here, after it dipped into this range again and then pops back up, I mean, I figured, okay, you pop back up, you're showing that you can hold strength out of this resistance area, or out of the support area. And then I set a buy in 416, added here looking for the 423 high break. just, you know, basically triple topped here, or double topped on this last 1 minute candle, couldn't break, and I decided, okay, I'm just gonna stop out. So I stopped out at 421. Next thing you know, it actually breaks through and it breaks this high, breaks the high, comes back in, breaks the low, and then kind of pops. And I was like, okay, since you didn't flush through this level, you're showing support, I'll go ahead and buy. So I bought in. That was a really nice trade. I just had no profit target specifically, which I guess I should have set one, because right here would have been a really good profit target, which it did reach. And that's where I could have sold right there for about a 20-cent move on 1,000 shares. That would have been really nice of a $200 trade. Now, this is where I get back into, where's the little rectangle situation here? Like, I don't know how to put, I don't know where I should put a little rectangle thing. I'm probably gonna get grilled in the comments for this one, but I'm just trying out a new strategy here, or a new thing that I'd seen. So I guess right here, dude, I'm telling you, these charts are not, the stupid thing's not worth it. And another reason I'm taking large size today is because I'm trying to combat commission at this point. Commission, I figure the only way I can beat it is if I'm taking large size, because with 1,000 shares, 750 shares, it's 15 bucks. Compared to 300 shares, it's 10 bucks. So yes, I can take a massive loss with it, obviously, as this shows here. But at the same time, I could also make a lot more to combat the commission. It kind of shows here. I mean, I'm break even now, but with 300 shares, if we calculate this out with 300 shares, I'd be more than just down. Like I'd be larger in the red, I think, with 300 shares. So I don't know. Just because commissions stacked against me 78, and then these small little profit targets. I mean, 27 at 33. That's like 6 cents. 6 cents with 300 share, or yeah, 300 shares. I don't even know. 6 cents is probably like 20 something dollars. So 20 something dollars, 6 cents is actually 60 bucks with 1,000. But it's either I'm combating, you know, $10 in commission, or I'm combating like 15 bucks in commission. It's kind of between the two. So let's see, this is the first lower having here. Let's go check out the other stocks. ATXI completely done. MCG hitting the scans. ARC, we were just watching this one. Was doing nice, but now it's kind of pulling back too much. So again, too aggressive on today. My mistake on ATXI completely, because I actually thought I bought 500 shares and it's 750. And when I get flushed on like that, I don't really have a choice but to sell. Even my exit wasn't bad, because obviously I didn't catch the full dollar share down, and it only popped up to this high before it rejected. I don't even think it would have held that high. So 425 is my exit. 425 is the highest candle. Chances of me actually getting that bounce were unlikely. I could have added down here, but then my average would have been, you know, pretty high still regardless. I don't know. That was pretty bad. That was a really bad flush. Like I said, I had never gotten in a flush that bad in a long time. That was actually, usually I save myself before the loss or before the flush, but that was just immediate, an immediate, you know, loss through VWAP there. I added a VWAP and tanked, so that was really bad. Oh well. My average had to have been 1610 or something, because I'm not too far off 1,500 shares, which is $1,500 loss, almost $1 a share loss there. But on AERC, I don't think we did too bad. We captured a couple of moves here. It's just these two trades right here cost me on commission, as well as this one here, which I don't even know where I traded this one. Did I buy in the same area twice? Yeah, I bought in the same area twice. So took a loss here, 4 cent loss, and then I took a I don't know, 7 cent winner there. So we have a symmetrical triangle on the 10-minute. If it does happen to hold up within this range, I will be getting long. Well, next thing you know, it actually broke higher there on me. So now it's in this range on this rectangle. There's a rejection with it. All the way back down to 438, now breaking lower. Could buy within this 30 range. So basically right there, traded in that range and then broke lower. Now it's going to be in this range here that we have previously drawn. Okay, actually, I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Uh, Obviously, we have a lot to work on. I'm gonna be studying a lot. Come these next several months. I'm really gonna try and get an understanding as to what exactly I'm doing or where I'm making mistakes. I don't feel today was a bad day. Besides ATXI, that was just a terrible flush on me in general. I feel like I just got gypped on that one bad. Don't even know what to say here. I mean, it was my fault buying in this range, I guess. And I was trying out something new. Don't really know how it works. Kind of studied it, but I wasn't really sure how to draw the lines yet or support and resistance. I guess I drawn them out right because I mean, obviously it ejected on me, right? And then I got bought up kind of in this range, but sheesh, just took such a massive flush of a loss there, and I don't really know what else to say about that trade. So we are, like I said, working on a PowerPoint, coming out with everything as to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what I'm looking for when I trade these things, like what I see when I take the trades, and hopefully that can get me somewhere in terms of what I need to work on or new strategies I should try or new things to look at in terms of my trading, like what exactly I'm doing wrong, why am I hesitating so much, or missing opportunities that are obvious. Like I said, the one here at VWAP, I could have taken that, and that was obvious to me. I didn't take it because I wanted that perfect entry. Um, Instead, I catch the back in here by a VWAP and then flush. So kind of sucks. But we get, let's see, FNGR not doing much. AERC trading in this little range here, nothing significant. So I don't know. I'm just trying new stuff, trying to see what I like, trying to see what's working for me, what's not. And like I said, I'm making a whole recap on September as to why I finished down, over 2 grand basically. Meanwhile, I see everybody else, all these other YouTubers finishing well above 2 grand, and I'm just like, sheesh. Um, I'm obviously doing something wrong. If I'm down 2 grand, they're up 2 grand. Everybody else is up on the month, and I just can't seem to get the hang of it. Obviously, I missed a couple big days towards the end of September. Missed a lot of big days actually. Um, like BFRI, that was a huge one, and then there was another one that I just didn't capitalize on at all. I forgot what it was. Might have been ATXI. I'm not really sure, but obviously I didn't do anything with it. And obviously I get, flushed on today, typical of my trades. But this is, I guess, kind of my fault. If I knew this strategy better, I guess, or this little setup with the rectangles or something. I mean, I drew them out properly, I guess, on ATXI, but I just didn't know, when to buy in, when not to buy in, what exactly the ranges were for. Again, I thought the bottom here was support, so that's why I bought in anticipation of the last 1 minute high break. Obviously, into those resistance, but I figured we can break their resistance. Then I figured since it was kind of hovering around VWAP, we could see a bounce, especially because the last one it bounced. And then obviously I didn't want to bounce there, so it just flushed on me, and that's kind of a wrap. So, anyways, with that being said, I'll go ahead and see you all tomorrow. Taking a massive loss today, so sheesh. We'll get back on it. That's a huge hole to dig ourselves out of, but we'll go ahead and see what we can do this month. So I'll be back to it.